Этот recording. In progress. Hello again. Hello everyone. Oh, nice to see you all. I hope you had a good refreshment after your semifinals. I hope you coped your stress. You're now relaxed, a little bit concentrated about the super finals and so on. First of all, I would like to thank you for the great presentation. You did a great job. I received very positive feedback from all of the judges with the both rooms because we spent like a half an hour after that just discussing what they have heard, how do they feel about this, and thank you so much for the in-depth research of the Astarta. Because I think they will be quite happy with all of the findings that you have researched on their subject company. They will be happy as well. First of all, I think everyone from the waiting room has, give me a sec, I'll check. Okay, if everyone is with us, yes, say please, for, because that's a very important thing with you. Those who are without the name of the team, if you are the team member, please rename yourself, okay? It's very important for us to moderate everything because for now you do not know who are the super finalists for this year. From my side, I'm pretty much congratulate you with the successful completion of the semi-final rounds that you have like completed this several months of hard work and for you, probably you are already the winners. Disregard who are the winner, you have received your value from the competition. You've gathered in the very strong and interesting teams. It's probably one of the most interesting and exciting competitions that we have for this 15 years, actually. For us, it's a big proud, big honor to be the part of this game, of this research challenge for so many years. Uh, all of us and of you are waiting for the announcement of the super finalists. Yes, I think probably we will move forward. I am proud and happy to announce the super finalists for the 15th CFA Institute Research Challenge in Ukraine. So, a quick drum roll. From the room one, we have two exceptional teams who have been advanced to the super final, who will now have the intense competition with the strongest team of the research challenge this year. My sincere congratulations to teams with good written research report, with the highest scores, with the best presentation within their rooms, who were highlighted by our judges of the semi-final, who are happy to then present to the super finalists panel of judges your results and findings on our startup. So my congratulations to Team B and C, who will be advanced to the next stage of the competition. My congratulations to Team A and D. You did well, and definitely this is the part of the counting that not be someone who just the very best. Thank you so much for being with us. For the second room, I think you're a little bit concerned about this. Who is the super finalist for the second room? Who could be these people who will compete with teams B and C this year? Okay, so my congratulations to Team F and G. You now will compete for the final prize, the winner of the 15th CFA Institute Research Challenge. All of us today have made a huge journey towards this day and the super final. I think even if you're not the super finalist, we heard a lot from the motivation speech from the kickoff meeting and the student career days that curiosity is part of your profession. Curiosity is the way for you to have the successful career and your career passes in the future. I think this is a very good opportunity for you to have this part of the curiosity now and to listen to your rivals to see how better they are or what's the challenges you have faced. So, organizational things before I will announce the judges. First of all, we welcome all the guests to stay with us to listen for the final rounds of the presentations. For this, you are quite welcome to stay with the camera, but please make sure you're on mute not to disrupt the superfinals. I will now announce the order in which our super finalists will present during the super final. The first team who will be the first in the order, you could stay within this room. The other teams will be placed on the separate rooms. Before you have been presenting, you could not hear the presentation of your rivals. After that, you are free. You could stay within the room and to listen to the other competitors. There, you are free. Now the competing part of the competition will be over. So we made the very digital form of the things, the online randomizer of the order of the teams who will be presented during the final super final stage. So the first in the order who will be presenting is team C. You're the one, you're the first. The next one will be G. Okay, your order is the second. The next team will be F. You will be presenting third in the order, and then team B. So for now, after the announcement of the judges, you will have the opportunity, the team C, you will stay in the main room, like stagely start with the presentation. The other three teams within the super final, you will be placed on the separate rooms to wait for your order. The same as it was during the semifinal. So make sure you're ready and ready in advance, even if you're like a fourth in a row. So but I think, yes, all of the teams have noticed their team names. Thank you so much for this. Okay, so my great pleasure to announce you the judges of this year's super final, and my grateful thanks to our judges who will be with us today. First of all, please welcome Ruslan Kilmuhametov, I'm so sorry, Director of ICU Capital, that capital markets. I'm pretty much welcome Ilya Kislitsky, who is the head of analytics for Black-Shield Capital. And I'm happy to introduce you, and you know them in person, Vyacheslav Matskov, CFA charter holder, co-founder, and the CEO of Howley. So now I'm happy to, first of all, welcome our first team. I need to check if all of our judges are ready. Please just make me a short note, just wave me or something that the judges are ready. And you have all the score sheets and everything. Yes, good. Ruslan, are you ready? Good. And we have Ilya, and Ilya is good as well. So we are probably good to start the first round. Igor, are we ready to start the first round? Yep, good. So now the most exciting part of the competition. Come on. So I have my timer. I'm your timekeeper for now. Yes, if you are free to turn on off your cameras if you want. So the first team in the row is the team of University C. You could check your presentations once again, just to make sure it's worked properly and everything is changing and you're comfortable.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good day again.
Yes.
Yes, can you hear me good? Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. So
Great.
as soon as you're ready, you could start.
Okay, just a minute. And so let's begin. Good day, dear judges, mentors, and guests, colleagues. We're Team 1, and today we present our research on Astarta leading to a buy recommendation. Our target price reflects 43% upside from the current price and driven by operational modernizations through targeted CapEx allocation in processing segments, adaptation to shifting logistics with optimized export strategies, and sustainability-driven investments. Now, let's dive into our analysis part and start with the business overview.
Established in 1993, in Kyiv, Astarta has grown into leading vertically integrated agro-industrial holding, conducting all its operations within Ukraine. The company is a key player in multiple segments, with agriculture and sugar production being the primary revenue drivers, soybean processing and cattle farming the secondary ones. Business model is diversified by regions of operation and export destination, leasing land across 7 regions and exporting to 46 countries. Astarta has low dependence on third parties by having its own seed production line, biogas facilities, transportation system, and fully functional elevators. Cooperation with farmers ensure reliable sugar production and soybean processing. About market overview, the global agriculture market is growing by increasing food demand, population, and incomes. Astarta is well positioned to capitalize on these trends with strong production and market adaptability. The soybean processing market is growing by higher volumes and demand for soybean oil, especially for biodiesel production. The company's soybean processing segment, with certified products, solid customer base, and export orientation, benefits from these trends and is expected to gain even more with the new plant. The global sugar market is characterized by volatile prices and increasing demand for biofuel. Astarta maintains a large domestic market share and explores new export markets with high demand. Despite the downgoing trend in the meal market, company can benefit of an increasing share of industrial milk with the existence of a solid customer base. As a part of an industry analysis, our peers were selected mainly by operating in the same economic environment of Ukraine with war risks, Kernel, MHP, and IMC. According to the estimates of peers margins, Astarta led in 2023.
Astarta dedicates to ESG principles and demonstrates strong performance with ESG score of 38 points. On the environmental front, Astarta has developed a complex decarbonization strategy to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 44% by 2030 compared to 2022. The company has already achieved a 10.5% reduction from 2021 to 2023. Key initiatives include expanding regenerative farming practices and increasing the use of biogas to cover 75% of soybean processing needs. These efforts not only reduce emissions, but also generate potential and US savings of up to $27 million. Socially, Astarta has demonstrated a strong commitment to its employees and local communities during challenging times. The company has maintained its workforce with over 7,000 employees in 2023 and continues to support those serving in the Ukrainian armed forces. Astarta has provided significant humanitarian aid, delivering thousands of tons of supplies and supporting over 800,000 internally displaced people. From a governance perspective, Astarta has established a balanced board structure with 50% independent directors and 3 specialized committees. The company's ownership structure has remained stable over the years.
Now I will highlight the key financial metrics for Astarta. The company has demonstrated strong revenue growth, outpacing its European peers with a 15% compound annual growth rate from 2018 to 2023. This growth was driven by solid performance in the company's core segments of agriculture, sugar, and soybean processing. Astarta balanced mix of domestic sales and exports, with exports accounting for over 50% of 2023 sales. Despite challenges, Astarta has maintained normalized EBITDA margins consistently about 20% since 2020, a testament to its core operational strengths and adaptability. In 2023, Astarta generated operating cash flow that increased by more than 2.5 times compared to the previous year. We observe that the company cash conversion cycle has improved, primarily due to better inventory management. Astarta also achieved a higher return on assets, highlighting its focus on operational excellence. Astarta has taken a conservative approach to financing, reducing its total borrowings by 25% in 2023 while strategically shifting its debt profile towards longer-term maturities taken for building new plant and equipment modernization to improve energy efficiency. Long-term loans now account for nearly 70% of total borrowings. The company has made strategic changes in capital allocation, primarily focusing on constructing a soy protein concentrate plant and modernizing sugar production facility to enable greener operations through reduced coal consumption and CO2 emissions. Investments were directed toward processing segments focusing on soybean and sugar segments. The dividend payment resumed in 2023 due to strong cash flow. Astarta is expected to maintain the dividend level of €0.5 over the forecast period.
Based on the DCF valuation, our target price of 56 Polish zloty represents a 43% to Astarta's closing price on 23 December 2024. We used the bottom-up approach analysis as our primary method for free cash flow DCF modeling. In addition, our recommendation is supported by relative valuation analysis, as Astarta appears undervalued based on peer comparisons, with a median implied share price across multiples of 44 Polish zloty. Over the forecast period, the share of agriculture and sugar revenues is expected to decline, while soybean processing, which is the main driver for growth of revenues, is expected to grow, partly due to investments in the construction of a soy protein concentrate plant. Revenue projections are based on sales volume and price forecasts for each of Astarta's major products and crops. Sales volume forecasts reflect projections for land bank, crop acreage, yields, output, and production. Harvested area is estimated based on trends in the Ukrainian agricultural sector and recent changes in the company's main crop acreage. Based on the projections, Astarta will continue to reduce the area allocated to corn in favor of soybeans. This strategy is driven by the expectations of higher margins in soybean processing compared to corn and wheat, mainly because of logistical challenges in exporting overseas. Forecasts for Ukraine indicate that the production and domestic consumption of soy products is expected to rise until 2025 and 2028 respectively. So we assume an increase in output and production of soybean meal and soybean oil up to 40% by 2028. Grain and oilseeds output is expected to increase steadily across key crops, and sugar production is projected to remain stable, aligning with past trends. Our estimate of weighted average cost of capital is 23.74%. Cost of equity of 36% is derived using CAPM model adjusted on country and size risk premiums. Pre-tax cost of debt of 11.62% represents Astarta's effective weighted average interest rate on outstanding long-term borrowings denominated in US dollars, adjusted on inflation differences. Terminal growth rate of 5.64% corresponds to sustainable growth rate and is derived using company's retention ratio and return on equity. Sensitivity analysis was performed to check the effects of changes of WACC and terminal growth rate assumptions on share price. An increase in WACC by 1% will lead to a decrease in share price by 3.62%, and a decrease in WACC by 1% will lead to an increase of 4.04% in share price.
Now let's move to our last part of analysis. According to the team analysis, we consider four main risks for Astarta that potentially could have significant negative impact on operational performance. The first issue is logistic bottlenecks in exporting overseas, which increased Astarta's selling cost from 6% as a percentage of revenue in 2021 to 14% in 2023. This has resulted in a shift towards easily transportable soybean products. The next one is the military risk that threaten company's operation disruption, impact assets, supply chains, and workforce. To diversify this risk, company is building in new plant facilities in the central part of Ukraine. Additionally, we highlight risk from global commodity volatility, a price risk, and the trade quotes that are set by European Union and Ukraine as two other major risks for Astarta. To mitigate this, the company uses hedging, diversification, and flexible sales policy. So, following a comprehensive analysis, our investment recommendation for Astarta stands at buy. Our analysis highlights three key factors that support Astarta long-term value creation. That is, strategic capex investments, adapting to logistic challenges, and commitment to sustainability. With these factors strengthening Astarta market position, we believe there is a considerable potential for investors. We appreciate your attention and are open for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our first team, Team C. Now it's our Q&A session. Please, dear judges, you could just raise a hand too, and we will unmute yourself to ask your questions. Please, who wants to be the first? You could just start.
Hi. Thanks for the presentation. Very interesting and covering a lot of things. Can you please go back to the slide with the investments where you showed the distribution by sector? A question, can you explain why there is such huge shift from investments into agro towards other areas of the business. It was, I think, another slide, but I assume.
Can I clarify? You're meaning the CapEx allocation, am I right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's go to the CapEx. Yes, so I will answer your question. Thank you. It's kind of interesting one. So we see the shift from agriculture to some processing and production segments as the companies see there's some kind of more potential, especially if we're talking about the soybean processing, as we see the companies building in new plant facilities. So they kind of allocate their investments here to build a new protein facility concentrate, as we said before, and also sugar production. So the company now is modernizing their facilities to use their own biogas for cover the soybean processing segments. So right now is also kind of investment they do.
Understood. And out of these segments, which one has the highest margin? Is it soybean processing, or maybe I missed that part?
Yeah, so about the margins, the company now kind of make a shift from the agriculture to soybean processing because they see here some more potential, especially because they're building in new plant facilities. So because of the costs, they kind of made the move from the corn in favor to the soybeans products because they see there more potential in the context of margins.
Okay, got it. And can you go to the valuation slide, the summary with different approaches? Yeah, it
Yes,
was
football field, please. Yeah, the previous one.
the previous one, I guess. Yeah.
No, yeah, kind of. Yeah, okay. Let's go further.
Yeah. Can you open the slide? It was with
Yes,
football.
yeah.
My understanding is that for target price, you basically used DCF and EV to sales because it's kind of close to those valuations, and all others are below it. Am I right? Why is your target price are closer to two approaches, and all others, which are market based, are below that?
Yeah, thank you for your question. I will start answering also. So we base our target price only on the DCF approach. So as you can see, our target price is 56 Polish zloty, and it's also just reflect DCF valuation. My colleague will also comment some of the points.
I can answer this. We base only on the DCF approach our target price, as we see that the market discounts Ukrainian companies currently. Mostly it is due to war-related risks and political reasons. We think that, for example, latest spike of share price in Astarta is caused mostly due to positive signals about potential peace negotiations. And that is the main reason why we base our approach and our target price only on the DCF model.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May I ask you something?
Sure. Yeah.
Hi, team. I wanted to ask you a pretty simple thing. Please return to the previous slide. I think it's related as well. I've noticed that, as you mentioned, that you do forecasts based on the DCF, but what I noticed is that you utilize hryvnias denominated numbers, but in fact the output is in Polish zloty. Because the company is pretty liquid only on the Polish exchange. Have you made any adjustments in terms of FX adjustments? And what is your forecast for the Ukrainian investor who holds national currency assets?
Okay, I will start. We incorporated forex exchanges forecast for Polish zloty and Ukrainian hryvnia. Why we use hryvnia as our main modeling currency? It is because it is main reporting currency according to our Astarta's report, and most of the operating facilities is located in Ukraine.
Yeah, that's not my question. The question was, if you try to convert the stock price to Ukrainian currency, you will see that company trades close to the all-time highs. So, and you are super bullish in terms of your forecast. So I wanted to ask, do you maintain that forecast not for the Polish investor, let's say, but for Ukrainian investor who converts assets into the Polish currency to buy Ukrainian company?
Basically, no, we consider it only Polish zloty.
That's probably the trickiest part. I just wanted to mention that because, for the Ukrainian investor, it's pretty critical. Let's say you have $1 million and you want to buy a stock, you obviously need to convert. So even though the reporting currency is national currency, it trades on the different exchange. So that's pretty critical in terms of practical investments. But yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your point.
Hello, team. Thank you for a wonderful presentation. It's very good to see so many ladies diving into financial and analysis. So this is really great. I would ask you to elaborate further on your analysis regarding currencies. Could you please explain how you work with the currencies? So you have reporting currency is Polish zloty. And how did you calculate the cost of equity? And
Okay.
how
Yeah,
you-
thank you for your question. So I would like to highlight that our reporting currency is a Ukrainian hryvnia, and we use that. So we calculate our WACC for Ukrainian hryvnia.
Okay.
So yes, our assumption is based for Ukrainian hryvnias. So we can go right now to the WACC methodology, and we will explain how we calculate the cost of equity.
Okay.
Yes. So we calculated cost of equity based on CAPM model. For the risk-free rate, we've taken long-term average US Treasury yield. For the equity risk premium, we've taken Kroll recommendation. And for the beta, we re-levered beta of a starter company based on peer companies analysis. After that, we adjusted this number on inflation differences between US dollar and Ukrainian hryvnia and added country risk premium and size risk premium over it. So our cost of equity is 36.04%.
Okay, sounds quite good. What's long-term inflation rate? How you calculate it, or where did you get it?
We get it based on projections of institutions. It is long-term inflation rates for Ukraine and US dollars.
Okay, I just recently engaged in valuation of Ukrainian companies. So what I did pretty the same, but I took the long-term forecast of National Bank as given that I was trying to elaborate what is 10-year inflation forecast. And took that long-term rate for Ukraine is targeted by National Bank. I took 5%, but calculated average using first 5 years. So I took from IMF, and the next, what is not forecasted, I took as a assumption from 5 years. But actually, I think this is quite good.
Yeah, so
Thank you
I
so
want
much.
just to add that for like Ukrainian long-term inflation rates, we also wanted to get the NBU forecast, but we also used the economist unit intelligence as their kind of the resource that we get this number from.
Okay,
Thank you for your questions.
Second is the size of premium. What is a premium size? Where did you get this 3%? And why you?
Yes, so there is research from CFA Institute on size premiums for European companies. They divided European companies by 10 deciles according to their size. Astarte appears in the median, I think, probably 6 decile, and it was 3% for them.
Yes, we use that methodology to estimate this 3% as
It
a
is
size
size
premiums.
premium over CAPM model.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I don't like this, but this is not it isn't correct. I saw this research, but why I don't like this, I just give you the share. I prefer to make a simple WACC of simple cost of equity.
Okay.
And then if you buy you get a price, final price valuation, because it doesn't actually. I assume that this 3% does not affect your cash flows, either you're big or small. And then to the final price, I make some discounts because the company is smaller or larger. Because it's the size may affect the liquidity of the company or the number of buyers or the number of potential buyers of stake, and that's it affect this liquidity of the process. Okay, I have
Thank you
one.
for such point. Yeah, thank you for such point.
My apologies. We need to stop right now because the 10 minutes is over for the Q&A session. I want to congratulate our team who was the first with a great presentation. Thank you so much, our judges, for your questions. Probably we will give like 3-4 minutes for the judges just to make their notes, to score the presentation and so on. Once again, guys, congratulations with this final stage. Now you're free, you could relax, you could just enjoy. I would ask probably to turn on your cameras and just, you could stay here till the results. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, this is, should we go into judges room to discuss?
No, probably no. Now I think just make a notes for several minutes. Then after all the 14 presented, we'll just have the separate room just to discuss a little bit between you. So I think we should move forward. Our next team, the second team, is Team G. Igor, I will ask you to proceed with inviting the team to the main room. Okay. Hello. Good. All of these 5 team members. Hello, guys. Congratulations for being the part of the semifinals. And now you have like, I don't know, 10 seconds to check your presentation, whether it's working, whether you're ready, and then we'll start.
Okay, everything's great.
One moment, please. Yeah.
Second, yeah. Good. I'm ready with the timekeeping. So as soon as you're ready, you can start.
Okay, so dear judges, we're excited to present you with our analysis of a startup company. We hope that you find it insightful, and let's get started. We're going to start by issuing a hold recommendation with a target price of 46.03 Polish zloty, 8.19% upside from the closing price on January 3rd, 2025. Why? Well, we expect a lowering in global agricultural prices, which would decrease the revenue streams. At the same time, the company will remain profitable with a stable market positioning and effective capital investment programs. And we can cut it out of context. Company operates in a risky environment with a lot of uncertainties, which have less impact on operations now, but may have a substantial one in the future.
So what is a startup? It's a leading vertically integrated agribusiness that manages the full production cycle from land bank management and crop cultivation to advanced processing and global distribution. The company operates across multiple segments, including crop farming, sugar production, dairy farming, and soybean processing. This fact ensure a diversified and sustainable business model. In line with its strategic growth plans, Astarta has recently launched a new constructions for processing plant, further strengthening its production capabilities and expanding its value-added production portfolio. A segment allocation is strategically designed to enhance operation efficiency and maximize value creation. Crop farming contributes a sustainable portion of raw material for processing, ensuring a vertically integrated supply chain. The sugar and soybean processing division focus on both domestic and export markets, while dairy farming complementary the portfolio with a steady revenue stream for high-quality milk production. In 2024, 64% of Astarta's revenue stemmed growth export to demanding market in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, providing this resilience. Astarta export agricultural products, including grain, oilseeds, and sugar, supported its logistic network and port access. The company's strategic vision is centered on a long-term growth, market leadership, and delivering consistent value to stakeholders.
Imagine a field stretching across Ukraine, where agriculture isn't just a tradition, it's a lifeline, feeding millions and powering the economy. In 2021, 41% of Ukraine's export were agriculture, valued at $27.8 billion. The Russian invasion disrupted vital trade routes, making efforts like Black Sea Grain Initiative crucial. But by mid-2023, this had enabled the export of 33 million tons of grain. Yet challenges loom with the EU restraining tariffs on Ukrainian goods. Global consumption of sugar and soybean is on a steady growth, creating golden opportunities for Ukrainian firms. In 2023, Astarta exported an impressive 100,000 tons of organic soybeans, riding their green wave into new markets. Investment in agritech remains high, providing companies with efficient solutions. Based on its business model, Astarta is comparable to Ukrainian companies such as AMK, Kernel, and MHP, as well as international competitors such as Sudsugar, ABF, and Bunge. Within the Ukrainian market, Astarta acts as a market leader, shaping local industry dynamics. However, on a global scale, it operates as a price taker, adapting to prevailing international market conditions. Picture the global agriculture market as a Hunger Games, each player vying for a piece of the pie. For Astarta, navigating this landscape means leveraging its unique advantage: 200,000 hectares of fertile black soil, ensuring steady supply chains and mitigating risks. Yet the industry isn't without threats. War, climate change, and substitutes like stevia and plant-based proteins are rising fast. Opportunities arise from adversity. Companies can thrive by adopting technology, focusing on sustainability, and expanding into organic markets. The real question is not whether to innovate, but how quickly they can adapt to stay ahead of emerging competitors.
Astarta's ESG performance is far better than its Ukrainian peers thanks to its strong environmental and social factors. Internationally, it's on par with global counterparts ranking around the average. Key factors that drive our ESG estimation are: for environmental, we have a company working on decreasing both emissions and energy intensity of its revenue, and we see good signs in the last 2 years. This company using more and more renewable energy, but general energy consumption also increases. In social, companies stepping up in humanitarian missions after the war began, raising 32 million euros for charity fund, helping people and small businesses. Internally, the company introduced a program that rewards employees for proposing innovative ideas, resulting in 1 million euros in economic benefits. Yet it struggles to attract more women and young people into its workforce. Governance. This is where most issues arise: concentrated ownership, lack of cumulative voting, weak management protection, and absence of gender diversity on the board.
One of the most important parts of our recommendations is a slowdown in revenue growth. The new soybean protein production plant will increase revenue in the respective segment by 40%, but this increase will be balanced by the decrease in sugar prices and lower than in 2023 agriculture yields. Other important volume drivers are productivity growth in agriculture and cattle farming, as well as higher demand in sugar and soybean processing segments. EBITDA margin is expected to decline to 18% in the next 2 years, driven by still high transportation expenses and a decrease in sales prices. Starting from 2026, the margin will grow back to 21%, on par with 2023 and better than for comparable companies. This rebound is explained by the introduction of a higher margin soybean product and a decrease in risk-related transportation premiums. Stable profitability supports the financing of operations with mostly own funds. The company has solid liquidity and a sustainable capital structure. At the same time, Astarta has an effective capital expenditure program. The new plant has been driving CapEx since 2023. This plant will positively impact revenue and profitability. Additionally, the company increases its ESG-related investments, such as biogas production facilities, to cover its own electricity consumption. Overall, the financials of the company are strong, which provides a stable foundation for future cash flows.
Our analysis values Astarta at 46.03 zloty per share, representing an 8.19 upside potential from the closing price of 42.55 of the January 3rd. This valuation is derived from a weighted approach combining our discounted cash flow model, which constitutes for 75% of our valuation, and the relative enterprise value EBITDA comparison making up for 25%. The DCF model estimates an intrinsic valuation of 45.41 per share, based on a forecast WACC of 19%, terminal WACC for 15%, and terminal growth rate of 2.1%. The lower terminal WACC reflects a reduced country risk premium amid improving conditions, while the terminal growth rate aligns with long-term GDP projections for Ukraine and the European Union, weighted by company sales. The 5-year cash flow projections include 4 sectoral challenges: cyclical revenues, capital expenditures, and geopolitical uncertainties. From a relative valuation perspective, Astarta enterprise value stands at 2.28 times EBITDA, closely aligned with Ukrainian peers, but a significant discount to international competitors due to country risk factors. However, the company has demonstrated resilience, recovering more rapidly than its domestic counterparts from war economic downturns. Our analysis supports a hold recommendation with potential upside.
We identified 10 core risks for the company, with 2 having the highest impact and probability. The first risk is a decrease in global food prices. After exceptional years, we see a downward movement in the World Bank Food Price Index, with potential for going further down. The potential growth would be strained by the weakening demand for sugar imports from the EU, and it would stay around 1.7 million tons, compared with 2.4 just 5 years ago. For soybean meal, we have the general increase in production from 240 to 270 million tons worldwide, driven by Brazil, and is reflected in the price returning to the 2019 levels. The other risk is climate and its impact on yield and more green regulations. Yield fluctuates. 2023 was a record year, but 2024 failed to deliver. Long-term temperature and precipitation trends have worsened over 30 years, making stable yields uncertain. Additionally, climate policies could drive the carbon tax up, now the second lowest in Europe. Finally, war adds uncertainty, risking destruction of processing plants and storage. worsening the labor shortage and threatening export stability.
Given that, a company cannot be classified as clear buy or sell due to the stated value drivers and potential risks. The whole recommendation reflects the actual state of the company in the current environment. Thank you, and let's move to the questions.
Thank you so much. Judges, please, your questions.
May I ask something?
Yes. Yeah, sure.
First of all, thanks for presentation. It's pretty precise, and I don't understand your opinion. The only question is about numbers. Could you please elaborate more on the cost of equity part? That's probably slide number 13.
Sure. Can you open slide 13?
So could you
our cost of
please
equity.
give a better understanding how did you came to the risk-free rate, equity risk premium, etc.
Yes. So starting with the beta, beta we calculated using weighted average method. We found peers for Astarta's business verticals, especially Ukrainian and international global peers. We use a 5-year average beta. And then a weighted average for respective sales of Astarta business segments, and then a average by the factual D&D ratio of 0.33. Then let's move to the risk-free rate. It's 2.56. We use the spot rate for 20-year European government bonds. For equity risk premium, we use the latest recommendation of Duff and Phelps, which constitutes for 5.5%. For the country risk premium, we use default sovereign debt credit spread calculated by Mr. Damodaran. Size premium was calculated through 9 decile recommended by the latest recommendation of Duff and Phelps.
Can we say that leveraged beta was highly impacted by trying to put into the same baskets the Ukrainian companies and, let's say, global peers that, in accordance to one of the latest slides, were like having much higher premiums?
Can you please open appendices in the presentation about beta calculation? Comparable beta estimation.
Just give us a couple of seconds.
Not the slide. Yes. So here you can see our peer choice. So as I say, we use 5 years average, and we use this approach because we consider that Astarta has quite diversified portfolio. So we use all segments. However, in our relative valuation, we use mainly crop farming and soybean processing as the main business vertical. So here we can see a company's debt and equity ratio, their respective tax rate. So we calculated our unleveraged beta and then leverage to the factual Astarta's debt equity ratio.
Yeah, and I will add that we included Ukrainian counterparts as well, like Kernel and MHP, and Astarta and those companies operate in pretty similar conditions.
May I ask the question related to the betas? Do I correctly understand that beta typically reflects that unlevered, let's say unlevered beta, that if the company shares move more volatile vs average, let's say, of the diversified market, or less volatile? So meaning that if Astarta has beta of 0.49, that means this beta reduce the cost of equity, but not increase the cost of equity in total. Yeah.
Yes, we think that our beta reduce our cost of equity because we think that the changes in the agriculture market is not similar as trends in the global market. We can say that Arta is quite diversified, and therefore we can't use one market. So we make this.
And given that, so what is, let's say, as far as I understand, that 87% of the Astarta's holdings, I mean, or maybe a major part, is exported into the global markets, yeah? And if this is more...
Yes. Yes, Astarta is an export-oriented company, yes.
Okay, if so this is not a retail company which like Kraft Foods and processing that goes into the retail where you have constant consumer base. It's whole food industry and agro business and food. I mean, it's commodity, let's say, market. So, and I thought, don't you think that commodity markets is their nature is a pro-cyclical rather than counter-cyclical? Your beta now provide us intuition that this is counter-cyclical company. While for me, I think that it looks like pro-cyclical company because actually this is commodity company mostly.
I can add here that a beta of 0.59, it's not really, we can say that this means that this company is pro or anti-cyclical because it's still very close to 1. And in comparison with other companies that have almost the same operations, this beta is really represents the industry. And 0.49, it's our best estimates, and it represents some sustainable agriculture company. Yes.
If you don't mind, I have another small question. So as far as I understand, your recommendation is typically done for next 6 months, yes? I mean, when you do a recommendation, typically you do it for nearest 6 months. For example, you recommend buy or hold or sell, and you think that this price move should be in the nearest 6 months because it's hard to make it longer.
Yeah, we thought about 12 months, but yes.
Our projection is for the next 12 months.
Next 12 months.
Our projection calculated on 1 year. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, typically when investment analysts make recommendation, they should say what does it mean, this recommendation. Typically, it's 5 to 12 months that the price should be there or valuation should reflect in this period. Okay, so during this period, what do you think the main drivers that should reflect this movement? What are the main drivers of the valuation?
I think that the main driver for now is changes in work conditions, because here we can see some fluctuations in the price in recent times, and due to news about war, and so to our mind, it's the main driver. But also we can use price changes as a supportive benchmark for price changes, because prices are quite volatile in the recent times.
Yeah, but we don't expect prices going down much. We expect it being this kind of like range we see right now.
What was the revenues driving or revenues dynamics of Astarta in pre-war period and price of Astarta shares before years, let's say 5 years? Why do you think that they appeared there in 2019 or 21 before the war? What was the multiples, etc.?
Yeah, I can say here that the prices of Astarta changing constantly, but before the war, they were at almost the same level as they are now. And
It depends which specific year we take.
Yeah.
If we take like 2019, it was like much lower because of lower commodity prices.
Yes, and the revenues in the last 5 years grow significantly, like 8% CAGR, but we do not expect that it will continue in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So
Thank
with
you.
5 seconds left, so I think that's all with the questions. Thank you so much, team. Thank you so much, judges, for your questions.
Thank you,
I think
judges. Yeah, thank you. Great question.
as we
Thank you,
discussed,
Ruslan.
stay in the room just to listen to other teams as well, to your competitors. We wish you the best of luck. Now you could you could relax and just wait for the results. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we'll have like 3-4 minutes for judges just to make some notes to remember everything. And then we'll continue with the other team. Probably it's time to move forward, and we have now time for the third team. It's Team F. So I ask Yegor to help me with the putting our team into the main room for the presentation, and we will start. Mhm. Okay. Good. Okay, we have 4 team members, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Correct. Good. Now it's time to check your presentation. to make sure you're ready. Okay. Okay, good, good. Just check if slides are changing and everything works well. Good. I'm ready with timekeeping, so as soon as you're ready, you could start.
Okay, so hello everyone, dear judges, participants and guests. Today we again want to present you our report and our presentation about Astarte Holding. Our forecast is 40% upside with 12 months price target 13.4 euro. So our recommendation buy based by two types of arguments, internal about company and external about economic conditions. For internal arguments, it's high revenue growth, stable EBIT even in extreme conditions, diversified and safe production facilities. For external arguments, we have end of the war in Ukraine, investments in Ukraine, and Ukraine-EU integration.
Astarte has a vertically integrated business model covering the entire value chain. In 2023, Astarte's consolidated revenue totaled 619 million euros, up 21% year-on-year, driven by increased sales of grains, sugar, and soy products. EBITDA reached 145 million euros and 53% profitability. Company has 4 key areas. Its sugar production generated revenues of 199 million euros. The segment benefits from energy-efficient technologies and biogas utilization. Grains and oilseeds generated 240 million euros in revenue. Increased yields due to innovative crop management offset higher logistic costs. Soybean processing stable revenues of 122 million euros thanks to capacity expansion and stable margins. And cattle farming focused on the domestic market with revenues of 43 million euros. The company's geographical presence, mainly in central and western Ukraine, ensures operational security and optimizate export logistic flow solidarity corridors. Export accounted for 53% of total revenue, reflecting strong position in Europe, Asia, Middle East, and North Africa. 80% of grains, oilseeds, and 20% of sugar are exported, and milk is sold only on the domestic market. Compared to competitors such as Kernel and MHP, Astarte is more adaptable, and despite small land bank, Astarte has the same yields of K products per hectare of land, and in the case of corn and rapeseed, is ahead of its competitors.
So we'll move to industry overview, and we analyze the main markets where Astarte sells its products using forecasts from FAO and Astarte's own analytics. This forecast suggests that the prices for a few of the products are about to stay stable, while the majority of them are about to grow 20 to 30% in the nearest future. The reason for such a growth is generally the growth of population around the planet, especially in Asia-Pacific region, which propels Astarte potential profits as we expect.
So now we talk about financial analysis. Astarte exports its products to three main markets. It's European, Ukrainian, and Asia. The largest share of export goes to European market, while the smallest share goes to Asia. According to our and FAO forecast, we expect consumption of Astarte products to grow in these regions, which allow Astarte to scale up current production. And now let's see Astarte and competitor financial analysis. In this graphic, you can see revenue of Astarte and company competitors. Both of the competitors in different conditions and in different countries. Also, you can see that competitors have large more revenue than Astarte. But if you look at next slide, you can see that Astarte profit margin and EBIT margin is way better than company competitors. That says us about good margin and management. And what about debt? As you see, Astarte has a low net debt with active construction of the decarbonization and modernization of the factory.
So, what about risk? Like any other company, Astarte faces certain challenges. The main risks include the instability of export routes due to military operation, fluctuation in raw material prices, and regulatory restriction for foreign investors. However, the company is actively working to minimize its risk by expanding logistic routes, investing in its own energy independence, and cooperation with international organizations. The risks analysis shows that most of the challenges have not prevented the company from reporting record profits in recent years. So one case confirms the effectiveness of its risk management systems. It's also important to take into account that key risk associated with war in the country is temporary.
After making our risk and forecast, we calculated the company WACC using the CAPA model. In our calculation, the cost of equity amount is 18.5% with a 55% share, while the cost of debt was 6% with a 45% share. As a result, the final our WACC is 12.9. And if we talk about this evaluation, so there we have three different scenarios. It's bear, base, and boot scenarios. Our scenarios have a different condition, and as a result, we have next different share prices. For bear scenario, it's 5.6. For base scenario, it's 13.4, and for boot scenario, it's 15.9.
So we move to market approach valuation, and here, in order to compare a startup's value compared to its competitors, we selected 4 public companies from the agricultural sector that has closer resembling business models and also market environment. And our picks are Kernel, MHP, AB Acola, and KWS SATSE. In calculating a startup's relative value, we relied on price to earnings ratio as our main characteristic. And as a result, we obtain the following numbers. In the minimal scenario, we get the share price of €6.26, which is a 37.5% drop from the current price of €9.96. The median scenario shows the growth to €14.92, and the max scenario shows the growth to €24.19, which is more than 142% increase from the current point.
As a result of our valuation, we believe that DCF approach is more applicable because it's based on fundamental analysis and is not affected by market volatility.
In 2023, Astarta became the first agriculture company in Ukraine to receive ESG financing from the BRD. This demonstrates a high level of trust from international investors. In addition, the company actively implemented its own digital platform, AgriChain, which allows it to manage land resources more efficiently. An important aspect of Astarta's business is its decarbonization strategy, which aims to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 45% by 2030. Such initiatives strengthen the company's position as a leader in a sustainable agribusiness.
So in conclusion, we can see that Astarta has quite some potential, even though there are factors that hold its financial results back. Yet we believe that these factors are quite easy to overcome, and we believe that Astarta will overcome them in the following years. Thanks for your attention, and I think we are ready to switch to the Q&A session.
Thank you so much. Quite on time. Q&A session, I think Slava, please welcome.
Hi, thanks for the presentation. I have a couple of small questions. The first one about the first slide. If you can go back, there is a number profitability 53%. What does it mean? Which profitability is it? It was on the next one, I guess. Next one. Probably you remember it was, profitability 53. What this profitability is about? Which ratio is it?
So it's EBITDA margin for past and current year, 22-23 year.
EBITDA margin, meaning EBITDA over revenue, but it says revenue is 600 million, EBITDA is 145. It's not 53%. Maybe it should be 23%. Okay, probably, yeah. Let's, if you find the answer, let's come back later. Another question. So when you showed a slide with prices, I guess in 2023, some prices declined, some stayed flat. A question which I have, you showed that company increased its revenue by, I think, like close to 20%. How did it happen? Did they sell to different regions? Did they produce more? Like, what were the main drivers for revenue growth?
The main driver is prices. Prices grow for products, and they will continue grow.
Okay, because on this slide, 2023 versus previous year, majority of prices declined, if I'm reading it right.
Yeah, but amount of products is not lower, so it's bigger. And because of this, Astata has a very good yield per hectare and normal prices, and because of this, Astata has a very good revenue.
So the main driver is not price, it's volume,
It's
right?
Price and volume is correct to say, yes, price and volume.
Okay. And last, my question would be, so when you showed multiples, current one, Astarta is very undervalued versus competitors which you selected. Why do you think so? Why markets undervalue Astarta versus others?
There are several reasons for markets to undervalue it. First and foremost, which I think is obvious, is because it is placed in Ukraine, and the state of things in Ukraine make investors be skeptical about investing in companies from this country. The second reason may be because of the specifics of Warsaw Stock Exchange, as it has its peculiarities. I will not get deep into them yet. They do not attract that much attention of growth investors, which in turn makes uh, investing in companies that has potential to grow yet are risky to a certain extent, not that probable.
Thank you.
Hi, team. My question is about the very first slide, but it's actually related to other slides as well. Could you please open the very first one? Nah, before that. Yeah, I noticed that you are mentioning that stock trades on the Warsaw Stock Exchange, but you made forecasts in euros. Could you please give a better understanding what made you decide to do evaluation in euros and why you mentioned kind of stock trading on the Warsaw Exchange in terms of consistency related to currencies?
So in terms of market valuation, we picked euros just to like line up all the characteristics because not all of them are relatives, and just to eliminate any differences in currencies because obviously Astarta has some of its data published in Polish zloty, some of its data in the Ukrainian hryvnia, and some actually its reports are in euro. To just align all things together, we used euro in market valuation. And for overall valuation, like DCF model, I think Nikita has a great explanation for why we did use it.
So we use our valuation in euro because Astarta gets 1 in euro, and this is why this is the reason.
Okay.
Team, can you explain how did you come to the cost of equity to 12% around?
By our calculations. So as please move to slide back slide. So as you see, we have a cost of equity 18.5%, and all of this data was from the Run, and we have risk rate 2.55%. This is German bonds.
And where is the country risk premium of Ukraine?
We do not adjust for Ukraine because Astarta gets money from in euro and in Europe, and we think this is will better to do
So
this.
you think that if you convert currency into euro, the company country risk of the company disappeared with this?
We don't solve. It's like nothing disappear. We just get this risk rate because of Astarta get one in euro. This is the reason, and just it.
But if you look at the Demodaran, he shows that if you choose currency, foreign currency, you need to, in any case, calculate the country risk included to that. It doesn't depend on the currency. It depends on the where country is located and where is your risk. Okay, but next question is how did you use your scenarios? I just maybe I missed, but you said that you have three scenarios. How you practically use them in your valuation?
So if we talk about war, we use our turnover. We do it over base or we improve. If we talk about price products, so we adjust our price products to fall and according to grow population and grow products in countries that import Astata products. If we talk about logistic costs, we forecast.
No, sorry, I understand the assumptions. I mean, how did you use them? So you got your some assumptions and grouped them into three scenarios, yes?
Yes.
So and you get the, as far as I understand, the prices, euro 5.6, 13.4, 15.9. And then what did you do with this? So you get some.
We choose base scenario. Our scenario is base.
Okay. So for what reason you did beer and bull?
Just because in real world it's not linear, and I think it's a need to show that world is dynamic. So if war in this year is not end, it maybe will be bear scenario.
But how you implement the probability. So did you make some weighted as probabilities of these scenarios and then multiply it and get the weighted average price? So I mean, or just to show up that where the price could be.
I think the last option we just show up that price could be.
Okay. Thank you. I have no question.
We have 30 seconds if a short question from anyone. That's what just. Good.
I wanted to talk about the numbers that Slava have mentioned at our first slide. This 55% is the revenue, is the profitability of exports. That is what we meant. So it's not the total profitability, it is profitability of companies' exports to Europe.
That's good. Thank you so much, guys, for a great presentation. Thank you for your explanation, for remembering the questions. Thank you, judges, for the asking all the questions. I think you'll have like 3-4 minutes before we'll move forward. You could remain to stay within the room just to listen to the the last presentation for the day, and we wish you the best of luck. Yeah. Now we are waiting like several minutes before the next presentation. So you're free just to turn off your cameras just to relax a little bit after the presentation. I think we are ready to proceed to the last team for for now super final. So the last for today team who's presenting is Team B. Our fourth, please, you would just help me to invite the team to the main room. Just, I think, probably less than an hour left before we'll know the winners of this anniversary season of the Research Challenge. Good. Good. Everyone is connected. I'm just waiting to, yeah. Now you're free to check your presentation, just to check your slides, if they're switching, everything is working, and we will start.
So
good. Yes,
I believe that is switching, yeah.
Yes, everything is clear. Good, good. So as soon as you're ready, I'm ready.
So we are ready. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce the Team B. Anastasia, Darina, Katerina, Anastasia, and me, Sophia, team leader. Our research is aimed at evaluating Astarta's share price. We issued a buy recommendation with a one-year target price of 16 euro, presenting 74% upside based on a closing price of 9 euro at the end of 2024. Our recommendation is predicated on three strategic areas. First, the company is exceptionally resilient under wartime conditions and ensures business continuity of operations. Second, due to its development of upstream and downstream segments. And third, the company demonstrates and aims for sustainable growth.
Astarta is a vertically integrated agro-industrial holding established at a rate of more than 30 years ago. The annual turnover for the recent year is about 600 million euro. The business model is based on four operating segments. The two major ones are agriculture and sugar production, and after that, soybean production and industrial milk production. The heart of Astarta's business model is a land bank, which is used for growing crops. Corn, wheat, sunset, and rapeseeds are grown for export. Sugar beets are grown for sugar production. Byproducts of this process are the input for biogas production, which makes Astarta less dependent on energy suppliers. Soybeans are processed into soybean mills and oil. Astarta operates 33 dairy farms and supplies high-quality raw milk to local producers.
Astarta is committed to environmental and social impact. First, decarbonization strategy. By 2030, the company aims to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 44%, which makes Astarta's products more eco-friendly and valuable for foreign markets. Second, humanitarian aid. Astarta co-founded the humanitarian initiative Come and Help Ukraine to help people who suffered from military hostilities. Estimated monetary value of which reached $34 million. Astarta operates with a one-tier management system where both executive and supervisory roles are integrated. The chairman of the board is independent, which strengthens oversight, but only 2 out of 6 board members are independent, raising concerns about potential bias in key decisions. The limited board independence and unclear dividend policy create investor uncertainty. Additionally, minority shareholders have limited influence due to the vast majority of main owners. Agriculture is largest and export-oriented segment. Revenue growth rate of 8.55% aligns with the global agriculture market trends. There are two demand drivers. Growing urban population, which means people prefer buying instead of growing food. Second, rising consumer demand for organic food in the developed countries. The European Union countries are among the primary export markets. The company is Ukraine's second largest sugar producer, holding a 20% market share. Over the past 5 years, the segment experienced 20% annual growth, largely driven by increased exports, which now account for 50% of total sales. We project a 5% growth in line with the global sugar market. The European Union market remains the primary export destination, although exports are subjected to tariff-free quotas. African markets are emerging as an important secondary focus. Astarta holds a 14% share in Ukrainian soybean processing market, making this segment a key part of its business. This is a highly export-oriented segment with 90% of soybean meal and oil sales destined for international markets. The European Union is the main export destination due to no import restrictions. Soybean meal is primarily sold to animal feed producers and traders, while biodiesel producers use soybean oil as a feedstock. Astarta is the #1 industrial milk producer in Ukraine, holding a 4% market share in a highly fragmented dairy market with many local producers. This segment is fully oriented on the domestic market, supplying raw milk to the country's largest dairy processors. The rising global demand for dairy-based products such as butter continues to push demand for raw milk.
Gross profit margin is volatile with a significant range of figures. Total GP margin is expected to reach 40% in 2024, which is close to average. The main reason why agriculture has the greatest percent is weather conditions and yields achieved in agriculture segment, as well as global prices on agricultural commodities. Operating profit margin is expected at the level of 18%. Since the launch of full-scale Russian invasion, S&D costs increased significantly, mainly because of changes in transportation routes and means of transportation. Astarta is a capital-intensive business. It has many investments into working capital, into biological assets. Inventory turnover is about 8 months, which is explained by the crop growing cycle. Cash conversion cycle is substantial, and cash outflow from trade receivables is partially offset by the cash surplus from trade payables. The other point is that PPE and long-term biological assets are about 35% of all assets, and cash flow from operating activities is enough to cover capex at 2.5 times. What corresponds to the financial leverage, Astarta's debt burden is not heavy. Calculated debt to EBITDA is 1-to-1 ratio. Debt predominantly includes lease liabilities, 90% of which are for land. Significant point about the company is that it is undervalued. Book value is higher than market value per share, and market capitalization is about 40% of book value of equity. And there are 4 key reasons for undervaluation. The first one is uncertainty about the future military actions, then unstable financial results and limited forecastability, then lack of a clear dividend policy to predict future dividend stream, and gaps in the corporate governance.
Our team has issued a buy recommendation for Astarta with a target price of €16.05 per share, representing a 74% upside from the current market price. This valuation is based on a combination of discounted cash flow analysis and relative valuation, and each weighted equally. For DCF model, we use WACC of 22.5%, reflecting the risks associated with operating in Ukraine. For the terminal value, we assume a WACC of 16%, which aligns with long-term risk expectations post-war. Our DCF valuation is based on a 2-stage free cash flow to firm model forecasting cash flows until 2029. We applied a terminal growth rate of 2.5%, reflecting Astarta's long-term expansion potential. The enterprise value derived from our DCF model is €545 million, leading to an equity value of €392 million. And this results in an implied share price of €16.15, which strongly supports our buy recommendation. To test the robustness of our valuation, we conducted a sensitivity analysis on key assumptions. The gross profit margin is the most influential variable. If it decreases by 10%, the target price could drop by 52%. Changes in WACC also significantly impact valuation, as you can see. But despite these risks, our base case scenario remains strong, indicating significant upside potential. To validate our findings, we performed a relative valuation using enterprise value to EBITDA and price to sales multiples. The enterprise value to EBITDA multiple suggests a potential share price of €22.72, while the price to sales ratio valuation aligns closely with the current market price of €9.19. Given this, we assign equal weight to both metrics, resulting in a final relative valuation of €15.96 per share, further supporting our target price. While Astarta presents a compelling investment case, it is important to consider key risks. They are labor shortage, climate change, and geopolitical instability. Loss of assets caused by military operations, including their physical disruption of supply chains and rising logistics costs, remain a major concern.
The company is actively diversifying export routes and securing international financing to maintain stability. The war in Ukraine has also reduced the available workforce, making it harder to retain skilled employees. Unfavorable climate conditions, together with low precipitation, pose a challenge as they can impact on crop yields and per unit cost of production. To summarize, Astarta stands out due to its strong financial performance, market leadership, and sustainability initiatives. Our valuation highlights significant upside potential with a target price of 16.05 euros, supported by DCF and relative valuation. And despite risks, Astarta's diversified revenue streams, export-oriented strategy, and vertical integration make it well-positioned for growth. Thank you for your attention. Astarta is definitely a sweet investment into a sustainable future.
Thank you. Thank you so much, the team. Please, your question, dear judges.
Thank you for the.
Hi. Oh, yeah, Ruslan, you can go if you wish.
Okay, thank you. Can you please go back to the DCF model? And I have two small questions. Can you go a bit deeper into the details of how you calculated the cost of equity? And more, I would say this is more simple question. The second question is, how did you calculate the revenues and your assumptions to the revenues forecasts and margins?
So talking about our revenues, we estimated it on the basis of our preceding years of operations. So we are expecting revenues to go in line with our previous results. So the indicators are highlighted on the slide are indicators that are in line with our previous results.
Yeah, and talking about cost of equity, it was derived from risk-free rate of that represents the return on a risk-free investment that was calculated from USA Treasury bonds, yes. And the other thing is equity market risk premium, and it was based on the Damodaran country risk for Ukraine, and beta is historically 0.95, and talking about additional risk factors such as risk premium for Astarta for its corporate governance of 1.5%, and small size premium for Astarta as a not too big company was calculated for us like 1.5%.
In which currency did you make forecast in your model?
Excuse me, can you one more time repeat the question? Sorry, the sound was bad.
In which currency was your model calculated?
So I can say that our model was calculated in euro.
And the Damodaran and treasuries priced in which currency?
Talking about the Damodaran, it was in United States dollars. However, we applied this model to the euro since all our valuation was in euro.
So you took the equity risk premium, I mean risk-free rate in dollars, and applied to.
We applied it to euro.
Okay, and how you derived to the country risk premium is just Damodaran, yes?
I can show you a slide. Yeah, talking about here, we also indicated that we calculated weighted average cost of capital based on Damodaran stable. So talking about our country risk premium, it was also derived from his models.
Mm-hmm. And where did you get the beta?
Talking about beta, we calculated it, we used it based on the previous analysis of our company and our precedent.
It's just agriculture sector benchmark that is at was 0.99, so we applied 0.95 for a starter.
Okay. Thank you.
My question will be more general. First of all, thanks for the team itself, because I think we do need more women in finance and investments. At least the effort of that is pretty good thing. My personal advice, like for your careers, that's obviously related to other teams as well. Just try to read less from your notes or something. Even if your presentation will be weaker, it will be more natural. So we will trust what you are saying, because everyone can write something beautiful, but if you can't present it, probably doesn't work. Obviously, there are some things that, in terms of valuation, kind of 74%, that's something outstanding. Uh, Especially for that type of the companies, that's kind of too optimistic, and obviously there are some things to be doubted in. But anyways, from your understanding of business, I will not try to dig deeper into numbers. What are the biggest threats for the business itself? So what can significantly impact the target, you know, the way the target price will be realized? What can be a serious threat to the business so the stock will go down? I just wanted to dig deeper into your understanding of business itself and the investment perspectives.
So we should understand that now in the Ukraine we have the war, and of course it can be the biggest threat for every business that ever is it in the Ukraine now. So first of all, it's a disruption in the supply chains because war induced damage can lead to the to the damage in the infrastructure, to the damage in the logistics and the transportation. Of course, it can lead to the high costs, delays, and limited access to the foreign market.
Excuse me to interrupt you. Let's say beyond war. Let's say tomorrow will be, everything will be fine. There will be a deal or something. What will be a threat beyond war? Because these days it's an easy answer to explain everything, like during COVID. That's because COVID, and that's it. So I just wanted to understand how do you girls understand the business itself?
Yeah, I can say that, first of all, not talking about war and COVID as a general topics, we can say that the first thing is that Ukrainian produce would not be important and would not be really relative on, for example, European Union markets. So we cannot be sure that tomorrow our produce will be as highly demanded as is, for example, today. So first of all, it is the demand from European Union, for example, or from abroad in general. Our produce can be irrelevant to them. And the second, of course, we can say about also climate change, about various environmental issues that can, for example, impact our yields, our crop yields. So this thing is also should be taken into consideration. But the first thing that I would say is the most important, and during our analysis we many times return to it, is that, for example, our produce is not relevant and is not bought abroad. So then we will have a crisis.
And I can also add that the main problem is for me, for a starter, is the problem of getting capital just because of governance, their corporate governance, because investors can't believe that they can really mean something in this company, and their opinion and their words won't mean anything as with their with their corporate governance and of their minority and majority. And on the other hand, I also want to start and such big companies in Ukraine to show more stability of revenue, stability of exports. And as we have differences in such quotas that are also the main problems of such companies, I believe that because like mostly of companies, of such agricultural companies in Ukraine, work with exports for European Union, and quotas make it more difficult to increase in revenues, show some stability, and it's for Ukraine, it's generally not enough stability these days. but and for companies, for businesses, it's the situation is worse.
Thank you. Thanks.
Do you have more time for question? Okay, so well, thank you for your answers. But the question is, the price of a startup fluctuates quite significantly during last maybe 10 years, maybe more. And can you check, please? Can you just make your thoughts about share your thoughts about why the company was valued, let's say, it's 100 zloty per share in former times, and then dropped significantly, and now it is where it is now. So it starts around 40 zlotys per share, and now it's around again after 10 years at 40 zlotys per share. So 10 years, it looks like companies going forward. It's improving its land bank marginality, invest in capex, etc. What I think according to you, is depressed the price or pressure on the price of the shares, I mean, on valuation. And the second, coming to your analysis or assumptions or risk that you evaluate about corporate governance. How the company treat investors during last 10 years after IPO? Did they made something really bad? Because there is now nothing changes in shareholders, and 40% belongs not only to Ukrainian investors, as far as I understand, 40% belongs to Canadian very big institutional investor Fairfax. So how do they treat investors in this meanwhile during all this time? Thank you.
So talking about corporate governance, I think that for the valuation period, for our valuation period, we had admitted that dividends were paid only 3 times, and these 3 times were in the last 3 years, so 21st, 22nd, and 24th. Honestly, don't remember the current date, but they are on the stock exchange, Warsaw Stock Exchange, for more than 10 years. Yeah, and it was only 3 times when they were paying dividends, and yeah.
So we can say that it's not a favorable situation for investors. And for example, like us, from the point of investors, would say that this is the not right type of company, maybe to achieve for the dividends, since they are not paid regularly. So I believe that talking about the first part of your question, my colleagues.
But unfortunately, I need to stop you with the second part of the question, okay? So now your time limit is over. My congratulations with the successful finish of the superfinals as well. Now it's time to refresh, to relax. You did you well, so you could be proud of yourself. So now for everyone and for the team with us, Team B as well. Now give us like half an hour. So we will meet in at 5:40. So if you don't mind, just disconnect now, and you will connect with this link again in 30 minutes. Now take your break, have your tea, have your coffee, just chat to each other. Now it's time to reward yourself with the successful finish of the competition. We will meet in half an hour just to identify who is the winner of this 15th CFA Institute Research Challenge. I want to ask to leave the only judges to discuss a little bit with us, to share your opinion, and then we will count the figures, we'll count the scores and identify the winner of the research challenge this year. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, ladies.
Hello, everyone again. I hope you got a good rest. We have an intense day for today. We just spent it all together with folks for all this time together. I will just wait for you. Oh, yes, we have some people who are just joining us. My sincere congratulations. We have been completed our 15th CFA Institute Research Challenge in Ukraine. This is the big achievement for us, and I think this is the big achievement for each of you who just competed and just finalized your results. You finally submitted everything for us, the written reports, all the presentations. So your sleepless nights are just over. You can relax, just enjoy your time. We're always doing it on Fridays just to make sure that you are free for weekend and you can start a new free week after that. Thank you so much for being with us today. I got a lot of great feedbacks of the super final as well, and the level of your presentations is quite high, and your team engagement, all the work that you have put into this long journey. But what for one of the teams which is here right now, it would be not the end, because you will be announced as the winner of the research challenge in Ukraine, and I believe in several weeks, not in 1 month, you will be presenting Ukraine on the CE sub-regional finals, fighting against the best teams from several countries from the region. So I think it's a huge privilege, huge honor for one of these teams. On the other hand, part of the start of the hard work for you, when you need to show your best, probably a little bit updates, all the calculation that you have done, probably put a little bit more effort to do the next step, the next stage of the competition. So we are like keep fingers crossed for those lucky people who are who will be on the stage of the sub-regional finals first. From my side, as the host of the CFA Institute Research Challenge, I want first of all congratulate you. Second of all, I want to say a huge thank you for each participant who are with us today and during the competition. We believe in your trust. We are grateful for everything you've done during the competition. We are grateful for all the efforts, for this dedication, for your probably trust to the competition as us as the host being with us during this long period. I would like to thank a huge thank you to all partners, sponsors who delivered, I think, exceptional value for each of you. And probably this is the first start that we are meeting the real investment industry in practice, and then you'll be only deepen your first of all practice knowledge, your achievements with us as an industry, as the investment industry. Second of all, I definitely want to say a great shout out to our mentors, to our graders, to our judges, to people who dedicated your time, your forces, everything you have into the next generation of our participants. Definitely, thank you so much for the subject company. It was, on the one hand, tricky for our students. On the other hand, it's an interesting experience, and you deepen in this several months into the real practice of the business in Ukraine. And how could I forget? Definitely thank you so much for all the universities participating, including the faculty advisors who supported our teams during this long period as well, with all your contributions. Thank you so much for staying with us so many years. And definitely, I would like to thank a huge thank you to our organizers team, and especially to Yegor and Victoria, who are always with you with the connections and putting everything you need into one place to make sure that that everything is available for you. Before we will announce the winners, we have started with this on the kickoff meeting. I said I could not find the best persons to start the kickoff meeting than Slava Matskov, who was the alumni of the Research Challenge many years ago, and now is the representative of the profession, and now could share this invaluable experience with you. And now I want to invite for the speech, for some inspiration words, Slava, you again, just to congratulate probably our students.
Perfect, Anna, thanks. My name is Slava. I'm a CEO of a tech company called Howley. As you did, I also participated in CFA Challenge long time ago. It was a great experience. So CFA Challenge is an opportunity to test yourself, see what you need to learn, where you are not as strong as you want to be. It's a great opportunity to prove that you can achieve great results, because you need to work hard, find right people. So that's a great challenge. And also it's a great line to your CV. So doesn't matter how you resulted today. I definitely suggest you add it to your CV. It's definitely a good point to have there. By being here on this call, I'm pretty sure you all should be proud. For top 4 teams, you made great job. Congratulations. I'm sure you are top professionals versus your peers. For others, by not making to top 4, this should be a good boost for your motivation to work harder and to prove that you can get there in the next years. I'm pretty sure you can make it if you work harder, so please don't stop. Every year, CFA Challenge gathers top professionals. It's a great opportunity for students to meet colleagues, future colleagues. And for companies, it's also an amazing opportunity to see rising stars. So Anna and all the team, thanks for making it regularly every year. And just to conclude, so what I want to say, so to win in business, you need to work smarter, you need to work harder, and you need to work with the best teams. So as you see, everything is in your hands. It's all your decisions. So thank you for amazing performance today and wish you all the best in your further career. Thank you a lot.
Thank you so much, Slava. Thank you. We are definitely moving towards the announcement of our winners for today, and in several minutes we'll probably get to know who is the best team for the research challenge. But I need to make the quite an important announcement. So we are making the introductory speeches. So we are telling you about the I don't know, the motivation, the career advices, and so on. But what did the winners get? You got a lot of benefits from the partners of this year, and thanks to the contribution of our sponsors and partners, as a together effort of all the institutions who are supporting CFA Society Ukraine, CFA Institute Research Challenge, we are happy to provide the winners with the CFA Program 1, Level 1 scholarships. So the winner will get the scholarship for the first level. To motivate you a little bit more, I want to introduce you Dmitro Anufriev, who is CFA charter holder, who is the partner of Deloitte in Ukraine. With the congratulations of the participants and several words to our participants today. Please, Dmitro, this virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, Anna. Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dmitro Anufriev. I'm a partner at Deloitte Ukraine, responsible for financial advisory. I'm a CFA charter holder from 2011, and I'm proud to be here today with you. It's my honor to congratulate all of you. I was also supposed to be a judge today, like I was before, but due to a conflict of interest, which only crystallized some hours ago, since one of the team members works in our team, I had to withdraw from being a judge today, which is unfortunate. But still, I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to all of you. Whatever the outcome is today, whoever the winning team is, it's a great achievement. It's really a great achievement because it shows that you have demonstrated incredible analytical skills, dedication, commitment, super teamwork, and your desire to achieve success. So you can be proud of yourself. Deloitte has been a partner to CFA Society Ukraine and has been supporting CFA Challenge initiative for over 10 years already. And we are proud of this partnership. We believe that supporting this initiative helps to build young talent in our country. And this is really important for strengthening our financial system in Ukraine and enhancing the investment profession in Ukraine. In addition to that, in addition to supporting this initiative being the right thing, we believe it is also the right business thing. A number of people, participants of this initiative, have become a part of our Deloitte family. Some others have become our business partners. So we believe that this initiative is great. We believe that you represent the hope of our country in the financial sector. And we are really proud of supporting you and dealing with you. I also would like to just say that it's just the beginning of your career. And I wish you really good luck and all the best in further CFA challenges, which I'm sure you will have. I wish you all the best in your career and in life overall. So thank you again for this great contribution and dedication, and all the best to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dmitro. We are definitely appreciate all the support that Deloitte provides. I don't know, like a decade already, maybe even longer.
14 years already.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Yes, 15 years already. We're just the partner for the research challenge, and definitely this is like a fruitful contribution for all of the participants and us as organizations, both of us. Thank you so much. So, students, are you ready for the main part of the competition? Are you ready to the announcement of the winner? So, my pleasure to invite Natalia Shpogutska, CFA charter holder and the alumni of the Research Challenge many years ago as well, and the president of CFA Society Ukraine, and the deputy head of analytics for Dragon Capital. Natalia, this virtual stage is yours. Show us the results.
Anna, thank you very much for introduction, but I'll keep suspense for a couple of moments more. First of all, my great honor and pleasure being here with you today. First of all, on behalf of CFA Society Ukraine, I would like to thank everybody who helped this year's CFA Research Challenge happen. Thank you very much to our faculty, advisors, to mentors, to judges. We really appreciate your dedication to support our students and help them grow as young, new investment professionals. Thank you very much. Also, I would like to join to congratulations to our students. I congratulate everyone who delivered their presentations today. I congratulate all the students who submitted their reports for this year's research challenge. It's great to see that you have motivation to learn, to grow, to stand out among your peers. I only wish that your motivation will only grow further. And as you made your first steps into the investment industry, I encourage you to never stop. Please go further. Please build on the network you've built so far, on the connection you have. Please don't lose your contacts with your industry mentors. Please stay in touch with your fellow students you met during the competition, because these are your future colleagues. Please build on this experience, and we really look forward welcoming you as new members of CFA Society Ukraine in the near future. So congratulations to everyone and great job. So, and bringing us a little bit closer to the results announcements, first of all, I would like to, welcome our team finalists. So first of all, let's find out who are the top 4 teams that were competing in this year's finals. So first of all, welcome Team C, the team of National University of Kyiv Mahila Academy, with faculty advisor Natalia Slavyuk and team captain Oksana Vach. Welcome and congratulations. Also, congratulations to Team G of Taras Shevchenko National University of Kyiv, faculty advisor Olena Lyubkina and team captain Dmitro Kisilenko. Congratulations. Also, our congratulations go to Team F, Kyiv National Economic University, named after Vadim Hetman, faculty advisor Gleb Aleksin, and team captain Rubin Nikita. And the last and not the least, Team B, Taras Shevchenko National University of Kyiv, faculty advisor Vasil Matei, and team captain Sofia Talach. Congratulations to all 4 teams who made it to the finals. I have no doubts you did a great job. I have no doubts you stressed a lot today while you were presenting your research. You were stressed while you were answering the questions from the judges. But also have no doubts you did a great job, and this is important experience that will help you grow as investment professionals going forward. And now is the most exciting part. So the winners of this year's CFA Society Ukraine Research Challenge winners are, please, our congratulations go to Team C, National University Kyiv Mahila Academy, the faculty advisor Natalia Slayuk, and team captain Oksana Vach. Congratulations to the winners.
Congratulations. It's just a round of applause, at least like this. just show us your smiles, because it's very difficult. Congratulations. It's definitely very, very well deserved, and this the opportunity for you to realize yourself over here. But that's not the over. That's not the end of our award ceremony. I would like to invite Ruslan Kilmuhametov, if he's with us right now. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Just to say a few words to our participants as well.
Hello.
Yes.
I don't know what is happening, but somebody called the host has stopped my video. Maybe I made some mistakes. Okay. When I was penalized for something already. Okay, so first of all, congratulations and many thanks to teams, organizers, and sponsors, judges, everyone. First of all, teams. So to be honest, I envy you. You are young. I've lost. I did not had a chance that I choose not to participate at any such a challenge. I did not choose to participate in at all in studying and getting CFA charter and certificate. So, and you actually on this stage you already did it, and I'm envy you. You should be proud of yourself. Because at least you showed your commitment, that you are brave enough to you're committed, you spend a lot of time, your free time that's from your friends, etc. So this is just amazing for me, and always I like to be a judge here because it's energized me when I see a lot of young people trying to achieve something and achieve with their brains, with their passion, with their knowledge, with education, etc., with their study. So for me, it's fascinating, and thank you for all you energize me and make me happy. Again, of course, many thanks to all the mentors who spend. You are very generous people because you took your time, you spend and give your expertise, I mean, everything you have. I think you share it with these young people, and this is very generous because they're the future of us in any case. And of course, my big thanks to advisors, Anna, and the team. I see you maybe third year in a row. I'm happy to do that. And you are the Hogwarts of finance, I think. So every time, every year, you make something like a very, very big test. And from your CFA Institute and from this CFA challenge, you make kids financial wizards or professionals. So this is one in a time life opportunity, and you make it because maybe all the people, all the young people, ladies and gentlemen that came through from this experience, maybe this will then define their lives, and they will remember it year after year. And I know that. I know some people who passed through this. I know that they remember, and they always remember it like the most happiest moment, the happiest moments in their lives. So for me, I congratulate the winners and to all participants. I would like to say that ICU, I don't know for how many years we sponsored this. It looks like for me like it was forever. We have our one of our shareholders and also CFA chartered guys. So we support a lot of education materials and efforts, and like Kyiv School of Economics, CFA Challenge, and CFA Institute. What I would like to say that, first of all, after all these things, so congratulations. And from ICU, being one of the biggest investment boutiques and investment firms in Ukraine, we would like to make additional effort to support you and to support the team who did not win, but we think that's. Well, by the way, one small note. This was for the first time in my career when the judges split their votes. I never faced with that. This time of year, we have different votes. I voted for one team, and the other guys voted for a bit different team. So they win, and my team, unfortunately for me, maybe for them, did not get the first place. But I have a good news for them. For the team, what was the force? Maybe can you remind me? It's Kyiv National Economic Kyiv Kimo, I would say.
Yes. The first team was Kyiv National University of Taras Shevchenko Institute of International Relations.
Yes. Okay. So it was you. So I think that's for me, you were the best. Maybe I'm wrong, but okay. So I would like to make small present from ICU. We are bringing Nobel Prize author and economist to Kyiv. This will be Mr. Robinson, who wrote the book about narrow corridor and why nation fails. So we'll get your contacts, and you will get, or your team will get invitations for offline presentation and offline webinar, or I would say meeting with Mr. Robinson. So try to get your books with of this author. Maybe there will be, I don't know, or to be honest, maybe there will be a process of signing the books of his books. So get his books. I read most of his books and or some of his works. So I think this is one of the best economists together with Mr. Rajamagu. So this is our small presence to support you. Age. I hope this will be interesting for you. That's probably it. And again, thank you very much for your patience, for your efforts, and for all the time you spend and invested in this challenge.
Thank you so much, Ruslan. Ruslan several times mentioned that this is a very small present from ICU, but I think some of the senior investment professionals just felt jealous that our students will meet the Nobel Prize. but we are not. The only one team from the participants will meet them, but not these experienced investment professionals. Before we will wrap up and once again congratulate everyone, I would like to say a huge thanks to everyone. Before like a final speeches and your thanks, I want to say everyone, guys, definitely all of you will receive from us, first of all, certificates and all the grading results. So you will see all the results that you're having. You will see where were the mistakes or what is the comments from the judges. You will see where are you on the top of the rating or the middle of the rating. Please do not bear with us that we will show you the full rating for the first place was the last. No, but we will send you the detailed like descriptions of your results that have been made during the competition, for the written reports, for the presentations of the semi-final rounds, and those 4 teams who were the super finalists, you will get the results for the super final as well. This, like, put some attention to that as well, as I don't know, the work that you should study and understand what was the problem with everything you've done. The other thing is, please bear with us 2 or 3 or maybe months to process with the results, because it's not the very easy job to do. It's just the things that you need to proceed with, and then just to format into the pack of the results that we could share with you with the as a one document that you could be easily read. So just leave with us several weeks and we will return back to you. So we are not leaving you with just results of the competition as the announcement of the winners. On the other hand, I from the CFA Society Ukraine, I want you to join all the events and educational initiatives that we are holding and organizing during the long periods. It's the webinars and the educational CPD things and so on. I know that some of you may have started their working experience already, but please remember that you're developing with the development of your knowledge and your experience as the professional within the industry. So don't forget about CFA Society Ukraine, who that is always happy to support you with these educational sources of new knowledges. So we are always happy to do so. And as I promised you, as a wrap up, as the final stage of our today's evening already, I would like to invite Ilya Kislitsky, one of the judges and the representative of Black-Shell Capital. Please, just a few words for our participants and the winner.
Yeah, sure. My pleasure to say something. I've been participating in this sort of competitions for a couple of years, and I do happy to see that you guys are still here. You try to achieve goals. You try to find yourself in this super complicated industry. As I've highlighted before multiple times, this is a tough career path to choose, because you can't be professional in few years. It's a long road. You have to accumulate your experience. You have to decide that this is something for you for sure. And as for today, I'm grateful for everything you've done, because it's a tough work. It's a tough work to do as a part of the team, because not all the team members are committed to win this competition. Some of them are just distracting you. Some of them try to give you an additional work. But for those who are not afraid of it, for those who want to be a winner, not only in this competition, winner in life, in your career, this is a great opportunity to start achieving something, start to be noticed, because the Ukrainian market itself is not big at all. And if you do something significant, if you do something that sparks interest, and if you do something outstanding, you will be noticed. So my personal wish to see more guys like you, even though you do some mistakes or you're just super young, you're students. Your biggest achievements are in the future, but at least you started doing something. That's a great achievement itself. Thanks for doing it. Thanks for being a future of this industry in our country, and I wish you the best. I'm open to dialogue. If you wish to ask something, feel free to find me. It's easy to do. I try to stay within industry, even we're kind of in different parts of this world these days, but hope for the best. Thanks for today, and it's my pleasure to be part of it.
Thank you so much, Ilya. Thank you so much for this motivation, for the real valuable words. Guys, we have finished. We have completed the 15th CFA Institute Research Challenge in Ukraine. Once again, congratulations to the winners. Congratulations to those who passed this long way. We're always on your service. Please just let me know how we could help you in your professional life. We're here for you to support your careers within this industry. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who joined, for everyone who just supported us during this long period. And I think see each other next season, because we'll continue our job for the next season as well. Thank you so much once again. The winners, give me a sec. Just the organizer Igor will put us on the separate room. I will share with you some organizational things, some organizational details, and then I will leave you to celebrate you with. Thank you so much for everyone, and see you at our next events. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Good luck to you. Bye-bye.